I got a hand-me-down dog. I keep a second-hand cat. We all live together in a one-room run-down flat. I drive a Nash Rambler car. It never goes very far. I drink my pint of old granddad from an old...
Alrighty, let's get my phone set up here. Oh, yeah. In frame, that's great. Let's see. My phone's my peek into the chat. Sweet. That. It's not a fancy setup, but it is a setup. There we go. And we should be ready to go. So let's go ahead and get Wizardry going. Proving grounds. Proving grounds. All the proving grounds. I'm going to prepare myself for the ultimate fantasy games. Jong. Oh my gosh. Look at that dude. He's a wizardry. Let's start our game. Now, first we need to go to, I believe, the edge of town. Go to the training grounds. And roster. All right. Now I'm gonna be too lazy to look at my phone for the. Actually, I know what I'll do. Yeah. I will write the names of my characters down, so I don't have to keep looking them up. So that is Reggie, Daryl. I knew Daryl before Daryl ever started Daryl. Brittany, Knox, Mobius, Angel. The fact that I can't just assemble my party from this screen is a choice. Alright, I may enter a character named Add, Inspect, or Edit. Oh no, we build our party at the tavern, don't we? Right. Oopsie poopsie. Right. We still need to know who we have. Ready? Beautiful. Let's add Daryl. Brittany. Knox. And Mobius. And back up. Sweet. Actually, we probably want to go back to the tavern and get everyone see where they're at. Yeah, so like Brittany's almost dead. Does Brittany have any spells? Brittany has no spells. Cool. So we're gonna go to the inn. Brittany is gonna regain her spells. So I think we're gonna have to do this kind of silly. So when you enter the maze, you go to camp. In camp, we can cast spells. So I think that's where we're gonna. What we're gonna do is we're basically gonna keep sleeping, arresting Brittany to regain healing spells, and then heal everybody back up. So Brittany might age pretty fast compared to our other players, but our characters. But what this might do is just give us a little bit of an edge to start leveling, and we'll have to do less of this nonsense as we get to a higher level. So, yeah. But we are going to use the mechanics to play Wizardry. I don't have a better strategy to like make this work. So we can inspect Brittany. Let's go ahead and cast a spell. Because the thing is, like, we don't make enough money off those monsters to spend at the end to heal through rest. Right? Like that ended pretty fast. So, Dios. And Brittany's going to heal herself. Awesome. Mobius needs some healing, so let's go back to Brittany. Spell Dios. He only has 2 HP. I bad. We'll leave camp, and then they'll ask us to go up the stairs, and I'll be like, I'm absolutely going to go up the stairs. Yes. So I'm wondering if what you do is you end up kind of building up. Well, you obviously build characters, but like the party you start with isn't the party you're going to finish the game with, like almost guaranteed, right? My thinking is you level up your other characters enough that they can help foster starting new characters and them not die as fast. And then eventually you kind of build up a set of characters who are fairly young and have a high level because they've been able to survive in the maze for longer and get leveled. And then that becomes the party you actually use to complete the game. And like these folks, like just through cheesing the mechanics a little bit, are gonna age out before they're good. That's my prediction. Let's go to the adventure zone. Brittany's gonna stay there at the stables. And then try to leave. So let's see who needs heals. Reggie. Reggie's gonna need healed. I'm suspecting Daryl will as well. I'm gonna heal Daryl because Reggie needs more health, but like these are 2 of my front people, like they're gonna need all the help they can get, really. So we'll go back in the maze and heal Daryl and Reggie. Actually, let me see real quick. If I look at Brittany, will that let me cast spells from here? Am I wasting my time going into the maze? I can read my spell book. I cannot cast spells. Okay, so I do need to be in camp to do that. Town. The maze. You see the HP says. Yeah, I saw you could see the hits, but what I don't know is their max HP. Right? Like, for example, I healed Mobius because I saw they had 2 hit points, but their max is 2. So I just wasted a spell on them. Max is under status. Well, I will check that then. So we're going to cast the spell. Dose. Reggie. Cured 1. Hooray for RNG. Yep. We'll take them stairs. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Boy, that's convenient. All right, so Daryl and Brittany need healed, and then I think we'll be good to go. So let's go to Adventures in. Brittany. I do need to check if Mobius and Nigel have their spells still. That makes sense. My brain didn't think about what status actually was. So yeah, Daryl and Brittany will get healed next. Cast a spell. Daryl's now healed. Sweet. Spell. On Brittany. Alright, so that's all healed up. Check the stats on Mobius and Nigel. Mobius has their 2 spells. And Nigel has his 2 spells. Great. So we should just need to go and stable up one more time, and then we can actually get started with our adventure. And we won't be completely unprepared. We're digging ourselves out of a hole. All right. Sweet. Turn to leave. Okay. Brittany's AC is at 5, which means Brittany still has their gear on. That's the other thing I wanted to think about real quick. But their AC would be 10 if they didn't have any armor. Let's enter the maze. Let's leave camp. I will not take them stairs. I'm a little bit surprised there's no beeps in this. Okay. That room to our right was where we were before. So now I can continue on the maze. Maybe. Actually, yeah, I think Alcabeth, yeah, Alcabeth, I think started on the Apple II. I think you can play up through like Ultima 5 on the Apple II. I said inspect, so I was curious if there was anything that would happen from inspecting. And inspect might only be for finding dead bodies and stuff. A skeleton. 5 skeletons. So, are you just gonna fight? Daryl's gonna fight. Brittany's gonna fight. Nox is gonna parry. Mobius is gonna cast spell. Catino. Spell. Halto. Nice. Ooh. Cool, we got a skeleton down. I guess we didn't put anyone to sleep. Brittany took a little bit of damage. Parry. And do Catino again. Well, too late. I just... Actually, well, let me see. Catino only affects normal animal or humanoid monsters. Yeah, so that's probably the case. So... Good call. Back to review options. Brittany's gonna fight. Daryl's gonna fight. Brittany's gonna fight. Nox is gonna parry. Mobius is gonna cast Halto. Nigel is gonna cast Halto. Good job. That's no good about Brittany. All right, so 2 undead kobolds. Great. Fight. Fight. Guess Nox is gonna fight, because Nox has to. Used our 2 spells. Fight, fight, fight. Parry, parry. Good job, Daryl. Good job, Reggie. Sweet. We will inspect. Nox will inspect. Okay. Oh, so they're just poisoned now. All right. Cool. I'm gonna turn around and leave. That's true. We did get a beep out of the system. And encounter. I think we're gonna run. Daryl's now slain. Cool. This isn't good. Nope. Yeah. Seems to be the case. Quarter out of limits turn back. What? I'm not sure I know where I am yet now. I thought I was leaving. Well, that's not good. Okay. Well. Yeah, we're gonna take the stairs up. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I just noticed that. Okay, so... I don't know where I am. I think this is going to be it for me. Well, that's no good. I assume I took a wrong turn. Okay. Well, those characters were cool. I guess we'll make some more. Wizardry! Yay! So I'll go to the training grounds. So either I made a bad turn, which is possible, or the first level of the maze has a trick, which could happen. I mean, I understand why we made the party combination we did, to basically put 2 warriors up front. And then we have a healer who can also kind of fight, someone to handle traps, and then 2 spellcasters to try to do crowd control. You could argue that you could swap one of those spellcasters for maybe another warrior or maybe another healer, but you lose even more offensive ability, and I feel like you need a lot of offensive ability early on. And I don't want to completely lose the ability to detect traps and stuff. So I'm tempted just to do the same combination again, but we just pick different races. So I guess we'll start making characters. I'm gonna want classes again. Like, I'm gonna want a fighter, and what was the race of that first one? I think that was a good pairing. So I'm trying to find what races we have so I can remember what one I would have wanted. I'll just find it. All right, so this person Bastion. Yes, let's create Bastion. And I think the dwarf warrior is what we had, or do you have a gnome? Let me actually double check my phone. Yeah, I think the dwarf fighter is actually probably the best bet we had. Dwarf. Make that a good dwarf fighter. And we need one more strength to get to fighter. What we did last time was we put the rest into vitality. We could try to play with that some. So basically, was it in the back here that made that suggestion? Where did I see that? I thought I saw where it was like, yeah, just put your character up and then dump the rest into vitality, give them as much health as possible. Okay, yeah. Generally, you'll want to add to one of the strength, IQ, piety, or agility traits to allow you to qualify for one of the 4 basic classes and use the rest in vitality. That's what the create character suggests. So we can try that one more time, I suppose. Oops. Vitality. Let's see. Used up. Class fighter. Okay, so another fighter. Call him Trav. Trav is our other fighter. We'll create a Trav. And that will be another dwarf. Good also. Oh, interesting. So we maxed out our vitality on Trav. So let's put one more into luck. And I want to say, yeah, the dwarf also had pretty good piety. Yeah, so we'll just do another dwarf for our priest. Hal. So we'll create Hal. Hal will be a dwarf. And piety. Vitality. Make a hobbit thief. I should probably get my chat back up so I can see it. Hey James, how you doing? Yes. So for our thief, we call our thief Jones. Jones the thief. Jones will be a hobbit. And I think neutral for thief. And so agility is almost there. Vitality. Class thief. Jones. All right. And then we need a couple, what are they called? A couple mages. So our first mage, call them Wiz. And we'll name the other one Cage. Elf. And we'll work mages. They could be any alignment, okay. So we'll make them neutral. And the IQ needs to go up by 1. Okay. Mage. Wiz, and then Cage. Great Cage. Cage will also be another of the neutral variety. And IQ. All right, so there's our party members. Let us now go to the tavern, assemble our party. Bastion, Rev, Hal, Jones, Wiz, and cage. Now let us go to the trading post and buy some gear. Perhaps you could use a longsword. Purchase longsword. And then sword. Purchase a large shield. And then I guess we'll purchase leather armor. We'll leave. Travel next. Buy. Purchase longsword. I guess we're doing a small shield and leather armor. Great. How? Well, I think we're going to get a mace. So that way we can also afford some armor. So large shield. I can do large shield and chainmail, okay. So purchase 3. So Jones. Jones short sword. And then we will purchase some other armor. Okay, and I guess we use a Dios potion if we wanted to spend 500 golds. All right, Wiz, you're up next. I smelled burning for a brief moment. I'm fine. All right. So Wiz is gonna buy a staff. Purchase some robes. That's all we're getting from there. Then we have cage. So something I just thought we could do too. Boy, this is awful. You could roll characters, and then you could pool their money, and then just delete the characters, and then make more characters, pool the money on the same person, and use that to bulk up some extra finance at the start of the game. That doesn't seem great. Let's purchase a staff. I suppose if you want to be really optimal, we would be pooling our money even at this beginning to make sure everyone had the best equipment possible. I'm anticipating I can survive one fight and then get a little more money. We'll see if I'm too arrogant there. I don't think so. I think the way you do it is you'd pool your money and have the person that goes into the shop spend the money. So let's go to the tavern. And let's go to Bastion. But in fact, I might help Trev out a little bit. Jones. Wiz go next. Yes, actually, I'll equip Trev a little better. I mean, I just wasted a little bit of money, but that's fine. Trev's gonna enter, sell her small shield, sell her leather armor. Let's pull gold. Okay, where to buy? Large shield, 3. Oops, purchase 3. And we will purchase the breastplate. And I will purchase a helm. So Trev's gonna be equipped pretty well. Let's go back to the tavern. Trev. Put one sword, breastplate, large shield, and a helm. AC of 2, that sounds much better. So it might be that if we do this again, I equip like my mages first and my thief, who probably won't use all their money, and then pool them on my other 3 characters so that we can kind of build them up as best we can. Because, like, you're right, Bastion has way more AC than Trev right now. But ideally, if we had both of our 2 frontline guys at 2 AC, then it'd be a lot harder to hit them. All right. So let's enter the maze. I mean, that's a fair question. All right. Okay, so small humanoids and 2 skeletons. So, fight. Fight against group number 2. Fight against group number 2. I'll fight against group number 2. Jones is gonna parry. Now we'll try to put the humanoids to sleep. That's my play. You'd think I'd memorize these spell names by now. Alright. So, spell. Catino. 1. Spell. Alto. 1. Alto. That's group 1. Well, we slept one of them, I guess. Okay, so far no one's super dead. So, fight against group 2. Fight against group 2. Fight against group 2. Spell. Catino. Oh, sorry, parry. Spell. No. 1. Spell. Alto. Jab Trev. Cobalt has slept. Cobalt has slept. 1 Cobalt has not slept. All right. So let's go ahead and fight. It's 1. Fight. It's 1. It's 1. Parry, parry, parry. Good job. And the kobolds being asleep helped. Let's see. So, fight, fight, fight. Parry, parry, parry. Great. Inspect. Who will inspect? Jones. Okay. Disarm. Jones. Great. We disarmed it. 6 gold. All right. So let's go ahead and camp and repel. I'm gonna heal, and then we're gonna make our way back to the castle. Play it real conservative like. Yes. Okay. All right. So we're all healed back up. Hopefully. We did set up a lot faster than last time. Okay, let's go to the end. Hal will go to the stables. Wiz. And Cage. All right. Edge of town. Back to the maze. I do think there's some sort of a trap or something that happened when we were traveling in the maze that really messed me up. So I'm afraid to go down the one corridor we were doing before. The monsters surprised us. That's not great. Cool. Okay, so far so good. Alright. Guess. Fight. 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 I'm not going to cast any spells. Bastion took one. We get 39 experience and we get 11 gold. Woo! Not bad. So either I got turned around or something's nasty down this hallway. Hmm. Double check what inspect does, if inspect looks for traps. Inspect current area for dead bodies, okay. Well, let's take this one step at a time then. So in 3 steps, we should be at our next door. So far, that works. Goes past our first door. Second door. So, fight, fight, fight. Parry, Spell. We're gonna shoot fireballs. We'll see if there's a mistake going this far in, and if maybe this is the room that's a problem. Learning how the maze works is part of the game. Halto. Nice. Hmm. Undead kobolds. Right. Nice. $191 experience, okay. Inspect. Jones will inspect. Trapless chest. Neat. Open. Will open. Jones will open it. 10 golds. Okay. Scruffy men. Well, maybe I should have camped. Guess we're gonna fight now. That's not good for Hal. It's not good for Bastion. He might wipe again. Bushwhackers. Okay. Well, we died again. So we can optimize our purchasing a little bit. But honestly, are we just going too deep into the dungeon too soon? Yeah. We're gonna give it one more go, and I'm gonna name them all exactly the same because I don't feel like making up new names. The names don't matter if they're gonna die this fast, honestly. Yeah. So you can find dead characters and try to bring them back to the castle and res them. But I feel like we're so early in the game that what would be the point? Because it's, as you saw, like, it's expensive to res guys. Okay. I guess we'll get rid of our original two folks also. Well, I guess, but like my point is they're level 1, so why am I spending hundreds of gold on them? Like, I think retrieving a character makes more sense if I had put time into them. Because one thing too, if I recall, like dead characters, their loot, their equipment will get taken. Which means I also have to re-equip those characters. All right. Let's go again. It's good. Trev. Create a Trev. Be a dwarf. This will be good. That's a lot of extra points. That's a lot of extra points. I wonder. Let me. I was just curious if there's a. I'm kind of fishing around to see if there's one of the prestige classes are available. I think that's how we set up Trev. Trev is going to be a monster. How is going to be our so for piety, do gnomes have high piety? Yeah. Jones. Jones will be a hobbit. Neutral. Look at that luck. I'm liking the rolls we're getting with these guys. Let's see, so that's going to go into IQ. Cage. Okay. All right. Let's go to our trading post. No, not yet. My bad. Need to go to the tavern. Trev. Oh, we saw a Trev here before. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he disappeared in the maze. Oh. Poor guy. Yeah. Okay, so there's an interesting... This is an interesting tactic we're going to take. So we're going to go in with Cage first. And he's going to buy. And the theory is he doesn't need robes because he'll die in one hit anyway. So he probably won't attack either. So maybe we just don't buy anything for our wizards right away. So we'll start with Jones. And Jones will buy a short sword. Jones will get a small shield. Jones will get leather armor. Jones will attack when one of my frontline people die. That's why I'm putting anything on Jones. Jones might survive. Wiz and Cage won't survive this beginning, right? As I think you pointed out. So next we'll go to Hal. So I'm thinking about I think we'd be okay minimally equipping Hal and then putting our money into Bastion and Trev, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think getting an anointed flail for Hal will buy us as much as having Bastion and Trev have, like, helmets and stuff. Yeah. And I'm gonna run out of money quick, aren't I? Hal's gonna want a large shield. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to pull some money already. Okay. Alright. Forward. Chainmail. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna put breastplate on Hal because I don't think I'll be able to afford what I want to afford for everybody else. So now Trev will go in. Pull the gold. Buy. Long sword. Forward. We're gonna purchase a large shield. Forward. I think I'm gonna do breastplate and helm. I'm like 8 shy. Well, I did the helm first. Yeah, we'll hold off on getting main armor and then we'll get the breastplate. Okay. Now that we bought anything for our mages, so they're basically walking in naked. All right, let's see if we can get 8 gold. That's gonna be our first goal. Sweet. Inspect. Jones will inspect. Trapless chest. Great. $8 gold. Ooh. Let's go to the trading post. Bastion will enter. Let's go ahead and buy an item. Just what I needed. Let's go to Gilgamesh's Tavern. Oop. AC of 2. That is way better. We're playing the game smarter. Look at us. All right. Hal needs to heal some. So let's see, Adventures in. Wiz. Standard Con. Okay, just stay in the stables. What's up, James? Let's get Hal to heal himself. Edge of town. Go back into the proving grounds of the Mad Overlord. Let's go ahead and inspect Hal. So I'll probably have Hal heal himself, and then we'll go back and get Hal's spells back, and then we can do this again. Dios. Great. Stables. Edge of town. Go to the maze. So maybe our next financial investment then is getting Hal's AC down really low too. So our front line is just way harder to hit. I don't know if there's random encounters in here. Oh, I guess there sort of is. 4 skeletons. Fight, fight, fight. Parry, spell. Should bookmark this. Or I can just write it down. That's probably smart. Alright. So we're gonna cast Halto. Apparently my one cast of Halto missed. Cool. I'm going to not burn all my offensive spells right away because we're doing pretty good. I think having our AC very low is helping a lot right now. Cool. We get 13 golds. That was a very good fight. Monster surprised us. I don't care about that. Ah! It's scary. 11 golds. Let's see what we got for gold. So 184. And I don't remember if they got breastplate or not, so I'm gonna leave and check that. Oh. Hal has chainmail. Okay. So let's see if the chainmail can get me 16 gold. All right. I will sell my chainmail. Then I will buy a breastplate. AC's down to 3. That's not bad. Okay. Down. Good maze. I feel like we're playing a lot better this time than we were our first 2 times through. And like, Doc, you've provided a little bit of advice. I think I've thought up some smart strats myself. Been working together. Friendly group of orcs. They hail you and welcome. Even peace. I'm not gonna bother some friendly orcs. They seem nice. So that's one thing by aligning yourself as good. You may have friendly encounters. I remember reading that. It's interesting, like, I didn't think too much about pooling gold, but that's really useful early game. Well, Hal's not looking very good. So I think I want to have Hal try to heal himself. I think it's Deus. Good. 23 gold apiece. Golly. All right. Let's camp. And let's heal Trev. Yeah, you ain't lying. That's a fine question. First, let's have Hal and everyone get their spells back. Let's see. Wiz. I kind of want to get. Oh golly, what would be the? Would be the move. Let's go to the trading post. So 167 gold, which ain't a lot. We could get an anointed flail for Trev or for Hal. That may not be the worst thing. Just so we can keep the damage up. Otherwise, like, I don't think investing in my mages is going to buy me a whole lot yet, because honestly, if I get down to fighting with my mages, I'm probably going to wipe. Plate mail would be the next investment, honestly. So it'd probably be, we'll do the foil because we can do that now. Right? Because we have 167, so I could just have Hal sell his mace, get the flail. That'll help a bit. And then we just grind levels in gold until we can start getting that AC maybe down to 1 or maybe down to 0. And between that and our leveling, that might put us into a better spot. So that's kind of my thinking. So anointed mace. Actually, let me double check. I'm pretty sure I had everyone sleep, but I'm gonna check Wiz real quick at least. Matches. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I don't walk into the dungeon and find out I don't have any of my spells. I've made that mistake before. That's not a good place to be. Like, the thief isn't badly equipped. Because he can't take heavy armor anyway. The mages are completely unequipped. Like, we know that. Monsters surprised me. I don't like that. Trap got hit. Oop, that's one. Man, I wish it was a pizza party. Seeing the skeletons miss is nice. Six gold! It was Trev that is damaged. So given that we had wiped the two previous parties, I hope you can understand I'm going to be playing incredibly conservatively. I do wonder if you need to be this conservative with modern Wizardry games. So remember, like, this is also a reworked version of Proving Ground of the Mad Overlord. This is slightly easier. Yeah. That'd be great. I surprised the monsters. All right. I'm afraid it works. So I can't use spells when I surprise them, I guess. Tino. Sleep as many of these guys as we can. Let's see. cast this hell. Who's gonna parry spell? Auto. Boom. All right, let's inspect. Jones. It's trapless. Cool. And gold. Yeah, 403 experience also. That's pretty good. Well, let's see how this goes. All right. We killed the bubbly slimes. All right. Honestly, I was afraid that like the slimes would be like, we eat away your equipment. I'll be like, oh my god. Life is a nightmare. I mean, this definitely feels like a roguelike without any of the progression elements, considering how they manage your party. Let's go to Adventures in. Hal will stay. 16 more experience for Hal to level. Let's see, Wiz. So let's heal Trev in the maze. So, James, what is your Wizardry experience? Like you said that you had played before, you remember doing a lot of going back and forth to town. Like, did you do a lot of Wizardry 1, or did you play one of the later ones? Back to the maze. Let's see if we can get that little bit more and level everybody up once. I did for a hot second have I think I had Proving Ground and Knights of Diamonds on NES. It was let's see, let me got to know these guys. I never got around to playing it because, admittedly, at the time I was like, oh, like I saw the wireframe maze and like, oh, this is one of those games. I'm not gonna have any fun with this, and so I just never played them. Then eventually I passed on my I think we definitely leveled. I ended up passing my NES collection on to Mike Gradziel, actually, because he was talking about having interest in doing some streaming and speedrunning on NES, and like, for better or worse, I'm not super nostalgic for the NES. Like, there's a couple games I like to play on it, but it's not worth me having all of the like storing the console and the controllers and everything. So I think everyone should level. Boom! I lost some luck. Great. Trev. Awesome. I learned new spells! I lost an IQ, apparently. Okay. Poor Jones. Bastion is... That's surprising for Bastion, because, like, Trev's got such huge stats. This might be doing, like, the D&D thing of, like, you roll for your HP increase or whatever. I made a level. I did it. All right, so let's see what our new spells are. That may be where we end up calling this little adventure. I'm sorry, I guess I should have slightly finished. Like, so I had the first two Wizardries in NES. Was kind of intimidated by them. Honestly, I didn't stop thinking about Wizardry all that much, because while I did kind of write it off as like a wireframe maze, so it's like really crunchy and boring and slow, the boxes to Wizardry are dope. Like, I'll actually grab that. So forgive me, the camera may not pick these up very well. I'll try to use my preview as best I can. Like, there it is. Like, it's kind of shiny. Like, this is Proving Grounds, and like, you got the red on black with the green dragon, and like the NES game looked like the Apple II box. And same thing with Knights of Diamonds, like gray on black, slate, almost like stone. And then Legacy of Legamine. It's kind of got that regal blue. And again, the red on background looks really great. Like, it looks like a premium game. And that's the thing I kind of thought was coolest about those NES games. Like, they look way nicer, like box design and label design, than most NES games. I couldn't get past the wireframe. But years ago I got this Apple II because I wanted to get like an old 80s 8-bit computer, and I picked the Apple II because reading the book about the making of Prince of Persia and reading Masters of Doom, and some of those other retro computing developer biographies or articles, a lot of them started their careers on Apple IIs, and I thought that would be the computer to pick. It's not the most powerful, but it's got an amount of prestige with it. And when I got it, I happened to see it. Oh, the Wizardry game started out on Apple II, and like that's another draw to getting the Apple II is Infocom games, Wizardry, Ultima, Some of the Chris Crawford games that I had read about, like their first versions were on the Apple II. And so I thought, well, if I ever decide to get back into Wizardry, I'll just play on the Apple II and not do the NES thing. And finally doing it. Anyway, that's my, hey, Wizardry, neat. But let's see what spells we got. So Hal... let's read the spell book. Let's look at my pre-spells. I got Dios, Badios, which is a harm spell, which does 1 to 8 points of damage to a monster. And now we have Porphic, which is a shield. Lowers the AC of the caster considerably. Effects last the duration of combat. Alright, so we have a shield. And something I've had to learn, I mean, I'm experiencing it right now with Wizardry, but it's the same case with like the Infocom games. So I was playing Shogun for a bit and A Mind Forever Voyaging. It's a very patient play, right? Like I'm kind of hitting individual keys and waiting for the screen to refresh and looking at the stats and making a decision. Like that's a far more methodical, patient experience than, probably games 3 to 5 years newer. That seems almost endemic to the platform. Like, right, I'm kind of operating a piece of Office software in a weird way. I think I also got a new spell slot. So in addition to having another spell, I can cast more spells. That's really good. Got my mage spells. Demopic. Hex Demopic. I should look at like a partial playthrough of the NES Wizardries and see how they did the spells, if it was like all menu driven and stuff. Demopic. Informs you of the party's exact displacement from the stairs to the castle, vertically and north and east. It also tells you what direction you are facing. Okay, so it helps navigate the maze. I'm assuming Cage has the same spell, but we'll check to make sure. Dungeon Hack, I have seen the box of it. I have not looked very closely at Dungeon Hack. Yeah, James, I remember you've got a few of the old SSI D&D DOS games too. Oh, okay. Yeah, and the real time kind of lines up with Ultimate Underworld, and honestly, like the Elder Scrolls Arena kind of is a real time dungeon crawler as well. Oh, interesting. My second mage did not get a new spell. Wow. Cage did not get a new spell nor a new spell slot at level 2. How weak. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call this session here, friends. I think we have made some excellent progress, and we will be in a really lovely spot to continue tomorrow, where I will first heal everybody up, and then we will keep exploring the dungeon. It's just glad to be here. Wow, the fact those are on the free table, that was a fine grab. All right. Well, anyhow, gang, thank you for watching and hanging out. I think I'll be doing this again tomorrow. I don't see why not. There's a wee little James. Oh, gee whiz, there's There's not just a limited number of adventures, there's an unlimited number. All right. Guys, have a lovely evening. I will be back when I'm back. Then we'll get more Proving Ground.
I got a hand-me-down dog. I keep a second-hand cat. We all live together in a one